Wow, thank you so much for that, Pastor Mildred. So we have a question from our online audience. Vera says, she asked a question, is it advisable to wait for someone who is trying to put his life together, and in the process of putting his life together, there is a lack of attention and communication? Is it advisable?
All right. You are not the person that would help him fix his life. He should fix his life. There's nothing wrong in that. But don't tie yourself to him. What I see here is that you are trying to tie yourself to him until he fixes his life. No. Keep your options open. He might be for somebody else. When he puts his life together, there's somebody that he will join with at that time. But you don't tie yourself down. Many people tie themselves down. I have a book too titled 7 Questions Wise Women Ask. It's part of the books there. Women, you must understand that your clock is different from a man's clock. Men have financial clock. Women have biological clock. So don't tie yourself to a man like that. Let him go and get ready. If he's ready and you are still available when he's ready, all well and good. But don't tie your life to him, because time is a crucial thing for you as a woman. All right? If a man starts a relationship with you, both of you are 30. If he dates you for 10 years, I knew somebody that dated somebody for 10 years. If he dates you and they didn't marry, if he dates you for 10 years, both of you are now 40. Men can have children at any age. I had one uncle that was about this height. Is my uncle, but is this height. Because my grandfather or somebody's brother had a child when he was 70. So my uncle was this height. Because men can keep having children till they die. Women, you have a short bracket to have children. So don't let anybody waste your time indefinitely. Let him go and prepare. You keep yourself ready. If somebody else more prepared comes, please go ahead and marry.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so a question. What do you do when people don't return the same energy, the same vibe in a relationship? What do you do?
You said
take a quantum leap.
A lot of times you are asking questions when they've already answered you. When somebody is not matching your energy, that's the answer. They have answered you. All right. Stop asking them again. They've already answered you. All right. One of the most common questions I get is exactly like this. People tell me, Pastor, there's this girl I like so much. I call her all the time. I send her credits. I send everything. She doesn't answer me. She doesn't pick my call. What should I do? I say, like what? What do you want to do? She has answered you. And you see, when you want to force somebody that doesn't love you to love you because you think you love them, that is not actually love. You are a very selfish person. That is not love. When you love someone, you will allow them have the right to choose if they also want to love you back. All right? So when you are insisting that they must love you, then you are selfish. You are trying to use them to fulfill your own plans, even though this is not what they want. One of the things that love comes with is choice. People have a right to choose you, the same way you two have a right to choose somebody else. It's not everybody that chooses you that you will choose. 2 of you must agree. 2 can't work together except they agree.
So, Pastor Mildred, this question is to you, ma'am. Someone said that probably needs an advice from you. He said, I'm in a long relationship, on a long distance relationship. Is it right as a Christian for my partner to stay in my house overnight? And if no, where will she stay if she comes to visit?
Okay. So sometimes this is my challenge with young people. When I define my mouth, that's what it is. If the person stays in your house, first of all, the Bible says you should also flee the appearance of evil. So it's not just evil you should flee, also the appearance. So you are in that house as a young man, your fiancé comes and stays over. Let's even assume nothing happened. When you wake up tomorrow morning and you come out from the house and she too comes out from the house, can you go and preach to your neighbor that Jesus is Lord? So sometimes we need to also think about the appearance of it, apart from the actual. Then secondly, why are you tempting Satan? Because if somebody is your fiancé, that means that there must be at least some sexual tension between both of you. There should be some sexual attraction. This one is not Satan tempting you. You are the one that carried yourself and went to tempt Satan. And so if you are two of you are in the house, and let's even assume that you say she should sleep in the room, you sleep in the parlor. Is it not door? The door not open. That's how you say you want to go and drink water, you will now pass. And as you were going, you just say you should talk her in well. And as you were talking her in well, you just say you should just lie down small. Before you know it, you are 9 months pregnant. So some things we don't need to use our full mouth to tell you. As my mother would say, use your tongue to count your teeth. There are some things you should advise yourself. First of all, it doesn't look decent. Secondly, does it bring glory to God? That two of you are staying in the house. Thirdly, if you don't have a place for her to stay, then let her not come. Continue your long distance until both of you can go somewhere that both of you can meet and is safe. In family or in the middle of church. Stand here and do your meeting. But I'm sure you know the answer to that. It is not right. If you are not married, then you can't live together as married people. It's not right.
My question is I think it's a two-way question. I want to get your perspective and also Pastor Mildred's perspective. I know they said men are attracted by what they see and also. And did you ever believe in spec? She's my spec, he's my spec, and all of that. So this is my question. As a pastor, I know you married as a pastor. So as a pastor, what was more paramount to you? Was it purpose or attraction? Purpose or attraction?
That's easy. That's easy. And maybe it's because I've always been a relationship coach for a long time, even before I got married. So I knew that attraction is not something that will sustain anything. Purpose is definitely more important. So, for instance, what's the purpose of having a very fine car that doesn't move? You know, all your friends come to the house to see the car. They say, this your car is fine. He says, when are you bringing it to where we are? He says, it doesn't move. Every time you want to see it, you must come to my house. You see, at the beginning, if the car is fine, they will like it. But when everybody finds out that this car, it cannot fulfill its purpose of carrying you around, after a while, the car becomes useless. So, purpose is always more important than... Attraction is like the icing on the cake. So you must have a cake first before you have icing on the cake. You must have a cake.
Okay, let me bring it to this generation. Pastor Kingsley, you are still sounding like a pastor. Mm-hmm. Young people, do you want me to speak like us? In this generation, let's just be real. Most guys want to go out take the woman they are dating to their guys, and also want to, you see, most times they see them as aesthetics. They want to take them to the men, to their guys, their friends, and raise their shoulders to tell them that this girl is my, you understand? You know how guys feel. In this generation, let's be real. In church, a lot of guys do the same thing. So how do we place the balance? How do we place the balance? Let's try to balance the generation. Older generation as a pastor, and this generation.
Okay, interestingly, this generation, a lot of them land in our counseling rooms for this same reason. So they would marry the girl and then come into counseling and say they are miserable in their marriages. So Pastor K has actually spoken to every generation by the analogy he gave you. What's the point in having icing without cake? How many people will just be licking icing? After a while, it will give you a tummy ache. So you may marry the girl because she looks beautiful, but on the outside, you may be rejoicing, but the inside, you will die. Because when you get home, you need to have a conversation with your wife. You can't. You need somebody to help you do homework with your children. Your children will do homework and go to school and fail. We need someone that you can, because at the beginning, it may look good, but I'll give you an example. So when Pastor K and I first met, he still does this today, but he had this habit of taking me to his friends. What I noticed about them was they'd be like, hey, nice to meet you, and they had that look in your eye, a fine girl. But after a while, they start having conversations. And then when I chip in, maybe they are saying something and I say maybe something about politics and I say, oh yes, that's true. The other day I saw this on CNN. I see a different kind of respect that they look at him with. Because the girl fine, but she's too sharp. So it's not only about your shape. Your shape may attract, but it takes being sharp to keep a man. So at the beginning, it may look good to have her looking nice or have him looking nice. But when you get home, you need a man that can make decisions. You need a man that can pay bills. You need a man that can have intelligent conversation with you. You are stranded. You go home and you say, honey, I have this issue at the office. What do you think? You say, So it may look like, oh, it's a generation thing, but I don't think so. Every generation did the same thing because men are moved by what they see. So whether or not you are this generation or the past generation, everybody wants to marry a fine wife. But what will sustain is if she's sharp.